Have you ever wondered why your fingerprints are unique and unlike anyone else's in the world? Each swirl, whorl, and loop that you see on the tips of your fingers is as individual as you are. Before the discovery of this intricate pattern, people relied on physical features or documents for identification. Yet, these methods were fraught with limitations and inaccuracies. In the mid-19th century, a new era of identification dawned with the recognition of the unique nature of fingerprints. This sparked the inception of dermatoglyphics, the scientific study of these patterns, transforming the way we understand human identity. Unraveling the mystery behind why we each have different fingerprints is a journey into the realms of genetics and embryology, a voyage we'll embark on together in the next few scenes. The journey of fingerprints from obscurity to being a unique identifier is an intriguing tale of discovery and science. The journey of fingerprint identification began long before modern science caught up. Picture the ancient Babylonians back in 2000 BC, pressing their fingertips into clay tablets to sign off on business transactions. They might not have known the science behind it, but they were onto something. Fast forward to the late 19th century, to a man named Dr. Henry Faulds. This British physician and scientist was more than just a medical man. He was a pioneer, a trailblazer who first suggested that fingerprints could be unique to individuals. In 1892, he put forth the revolutionary idea that these intricate patterns on our fingertips could be used as a form of identification. Even then, the full implications of Faulds' discovery were not yet understood. The science of fingerprints was still in its infancy, a mystery waiting to be unraveled. The science of fingerprints was yet to be fully realized, but the seeds were sown for future exploration. With the dawn of the 20th century, fingerprints found their place in forensic science. As the century progressed, fingerprints started to take center stage in criminal investigations. But how did this come to be? Well, we have Edward Henry to thank for that. This diligent British officer developed a fingerprint classification system in 1901 that revolutionized the way we approach criminal identification. Before Henry's system, identification was a game of guesswork and physical descriptions, leaving plenty of room for error. However, Henry's method turned the tide, offering a unique and precise way to identify individuals. His system classified fingerprints into patterns of arches, loops, and whorls. These patterns, unique to each individual, provided an infallible means of identification, a true game changer in forensic science. But the use of fingerprints didn't stop at solving crimes. In the mid-20th century, they began to be used in passports and other identity documents. This added an extra layer of security, making identity theft and forgery significantly more challenging. Over time, the utilization of fingerprints expanded even further. Today they are used in various fields, from unlocking smartphones to accessing secure facilities. No longer just a tool for law enforcement, fingerprints now play a significant role in ensuring our personal security and convenience. In our digital age, fingerprint technology has evolved to become an integral part of our everyday lives. While we're all familiar with fingerprints, the science behind their uniqueness is a fascinating study. Fingerprints begin to form in the womb as early as the 10th week of pregnancy. The patterns are influenced by a variety of factors, including blood pressure, nutrition, and the position of the fetus. This means that even identical twins with their identical genetic codes have different fingerprints. There are three basic fingerprint patterns: loops, whorls, and arches. Loops are the most common, and make up about 60 to 70% of all fingerprints. Whorls are circular or spiral patterns and constitute about 25 to 35%. The remaining 5% are arches, which are hill-like patterns. Each of these patterns is then further divided into subcategories, adding another layer of complexity. So the next time you look at your fingerprints, remember you're looking at a unique piece of biological art unmatched anywhere in the world. From ancient times to the digital age, fingerprints have come a long way. These remarkable patterns, unique to each individual, have been utilized throughout history for identification, long before digital technology came into play. Today they serve as an indispensable tool in modern forensics and security. The science behind fingerprints, explaining why no two prints are alike, is a fascinating study of genetics and environment. Fingerprints are more than just marks on our fingertips. They're a testament to our individuality and an essential tool in our world.